Right at the beginning of Barnyard Battle, Mickey Mouse gets his trousers pulled down, and I start to question how much these were actually designed for children. Certainly children watch the classic Mickey Mouses, but was that the target audience? I feel like there was a lot of experimentation going on when these early cartoons were released. Barnyard Battle is pretty good. Certainly not my favourite Mickey Mouse short, but this is only the seventh Mickey Mouse film that was ever produced. So they're still obviously playing around with the character and the tone and the theme, and it does take at least a good half a decade for them to kind of find their vibes. But this one was released 1929, directed by Ub Iwerks, and the narrative is quite simple. The mice are battling the cats. The animation of the cats does not feel Disney-fied, but I feel like Mickey Mouse looks like Mickey Mouse, and that sounds like I'm stating the obvious, but I recently reviewed When the Cat's Away, which I think was the cartoon that was released before this, or maybe just before, a couple before this. And in that one, the illustration, the animation of Mickey just doesn't look like Mickey. They kind of dropped the ball a bit. But this one, he's back on good form. The reason he gets his trousers pulled down is because it's like an army inspection to make sure he's physically fit to fight in this battle against the cats. He gets his neck elongated and twanged as well, so not sure how effective the assessment was. But he does get kind of almost abused in some way. It's a little bit dark. And then he is given a gun for this battle, and it gets quite violent. We're not talking loads of bloodshed and, blasting bullet holes into cats' faces, but it is quite dark and a lot more violent than one would perhaps expect from Mickey Mouse, even back in the day. There is, of course, a Mickey Mouse film just before this one where he sexually assaults Minnie, and he got up to a lot of really bad things back in the day. Disney certainly, most production companies, of course, not just Disney, but they certainly didn't really care about holding back too much. I like this short, in terms of I like the animation. I think it's edited very well. I think the characters are fun to watch. Mickey Mouse, when he gets his neck elongated, as bizarre as it was, I really liked the way they did it. I thought it was very effective and very, I don't know if realistic is the word, but if you were to stretch a bit of Play-Doh, it was kind of like that, and I liked it. The actual narration, the narrative itself, the development of the battle as it progresses, Mickey Mouse being a little bit assaulted for the physical animation. My goodness, I don't know why I can't talk. I think I'm slightly traumatized. It's memorable. It's certainly one that I will remember. For the right reasons, I don't know. If you're a fan of Disney or of Mickey Mouse, check it out, but just be aware that it's not sweet and innocent. It is much darker than most of the Mickey Mouse shorts, even the ones where he's smoking and drinking beer. It's certainly the most violent, I think, that I've seen so far. But absolutely worth watching. Certainly a really interesting piece of Disney history. One that I'm absolutely happy to recommend.